Twilight, or as I like to call it, the unlikely love story of a shimmering vampire and a brooding teen, is a film that promised epic romance but delivered a comedy of awkwardness. Directed by Catherine Hardwicke and based on Stephenie Meyer's best-selling novel, this film introduces us to the world of sparkly vampires, angst-ridden teenagers, and a love story that's so intense, it's unintentionally hilarious. Our story begins with Bella Swan, played by Kristen Stewart, who moves to the perpetually gloomy town of Forks, Washington. Bella's character is a study in teenage angst, with more sighs and eye rolls than a high school drama club. Her constant inner monologue and awkward stares make you wonder if she's pondering the mysteries of the universe or just really constipated. Her interactions with her father, Charlie, played by Billy Burke, are comedic gold. Charlie's attempts to connect with his sullen daughter are as awkward as a penguin trying to tap dance. Enter Edward Cullen, played by Robert Pattinson, the brooding vampire with a penchant for staring intensely. Edward's introduction is nothing short of spectacularly weird. Watching him squirm and grimace in biology class as if Bella smells like a dumpster fire is an unintentional comedy masterpiece. His dramatic declarations like, "You don't know how long I've waited for you," delivered with all the seriousness of a Shakespearean soliloquy, make you question if he's talking about Bella or the wait time for his Starbucks order. The romance between Bella and Edward is the heart of the film, but it's also its funniest aspect. Their chemistry is about as electric as a damp sponge, and their conversations are riddled with long, uncomfortable pauses. Edward's habit of sneaking into Bella's room to watch her sleep is portrayed as romantic, but it's really just creepy. It's the kind of behavior that, in real life, would get you a restraining order, not a girlfriend. Their first kiss scene, where Edward looks like he's in physical pain and Bella seems like she's about to faint, is so awkward that it's become legendary in the annals of cringy cinema. Let's not forget the rest of the Cullen family, who are all trying their best to act normal despite being vampires. Watching them play an intense game of baseball during a thunderstorm, using their superpowers, is like watching a superhero movie directed by the Hallmark Channel. The seriousness with which they treat this absurd situation is both endearing and laughable. And then there's Jasper, whose constant look of constipation suggests he's perpetually fighting the urge to either attack Bella or find a bathroom. The film's special effects are another source of unintentional humor. The scene where Edward reveals his sparkling skin in the sunlight is supposed to be dramatic, but it ends up looking like he fell into a vat of glitter at a craft store. His super speed and super strength are depicted with effects that make him look like a cartoon character, bouncing around with all the realism of a Saturday morning cartoon. The climactic fight scene, where vampires break apart like porcelain dolls, is more laughable than thrilling. The dialogue is filled with gems that have become meme-worthy classics. Edward's line, "And so the lion fell in love with the lamb," is delivered with such melodrama that it's hard to keep a straight face. Bella's proclamation, "I'd rather die than stay away from you," is equally over the top, making you wonder if she's in love or just really dramatic. The attempts to make vampire lore serious often result in unintentionally funny explanations, like the idea that vampires can't enter a home without an invitation, yet they can attend high school for decades without raising suspicion. The supporting characters add their own flavor to the comedy. Jacob Black, played by Taylor Lautner, spends most of the film shirtless, delivering lines with a sincerity that's both charming and unintentionally funny. His transformation from Bella's friend to a werewolf love interest in later films only adds to the hilarity. The high school friends, with their exaggerated teenage antics and over-the-top reactions, feel like they're in a different movie altogether, a teen comedy that just happens to have vampires in the background. Despite all its quirks and unintentional hilarity, Twilight remains a beloved film for many. It's a reminder that sometimes the most entertaining movies are the ones that don't quite hit their intended mark. So grab your popcorn, suspend your disbelief, and prepare to be whisked away to a world where vampires sparkle, teenagers brood, and love stories are as awkward as they are epic. After all, in the immortal words of Edward Cullen, "You are my life now," and that life is filled with laughs aplenty. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Quirky Critic signing out.